Another round of lessons in regards to geometry and how this corresponds to your breathing. Good rising. How's everybody today? Everything begins and ends with you. Your emotions are a result of your vocabulary and your breathing. If you lose control of your emotions, then you've lost control over the breath of your own life. Eventually, people will start realizing your job is not to follow anyone. Your job instead is to challenge, question, and confront everyone. I would like it if someone could explain to me how your feelings are superior to mine. Simple question. See, I don't believe in equality. Doesn't exist. Like zero doesn't exist. These things were installed into your minds by your handlers. I had the luxury and privilege of being raised with autism in a broken home where neither parent had time to educate their own children, which is a massive part of what I discuss here on this floor. How most parents don't actually have time to educate their own young. They leave institutions of higher learning to do this for them, thinking the institutions are going to do a better job. They didn't. They lied to you. And no one knows why I'm angry. It's a goddamn mystery. There's only one set of forms and only one set of figures, and they work in unison. 0 degrees of separation from any of them, as you can see. So I created a floor for autistic children. Because a huge part of it is shape recognition. Behaviors are molded after forms, shapes, figures, patterns. Superimposed symmetry, as above, so below. The most difficult thing in this country is listening. No one wants to listen to anyone other than themselves, which can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the individual cells. It's truly amazing. Oh. So good rising, everybody in here. As you're seeing these geometric forms fold and unfold, collapse and expand, recognize how this symmetry is the same as your breath. The inhale and exhale of your own breath. Ain't that something? Where'd you all go? Breathe in, breathe out. Ooh. Right? And we're going to show you several different mathematicians during this stream for several parts of the fucking world. And none of them know each other. None of them paid me to do this either. Oh no, I decided to do it myself. So I decided to do it for myself because I'm myself and I finance myself and I do my own work and I pay attention and I observe how many people are saying exactly the same goddamn things. You have to ask yourself, why was this never shown to you as a child? Right? They tell you to think outside of the box, but they never tell you why. How come? Why do I gotta think outside the box? Right? Inhale, exhale. That's the exhale. On the expand, that's exhale. On the collapse, that's inhale. Inhale, exhale. That's the drawing in of the breath, and there it goes, collapsing in on itself, depleting its. Right? You see? It's amazing, right? Hey, look, that's breathing. Right? That's the geometry of your breath of life, isn't it? Did you see anyone disagree with me? Sure didn't. Oh. So, no one disagreed with me. Nobody. That's cute. Okay. How'd that feed my family? Right? So I'm really confused these days because no one disagrees with anything I fucking tell them, but none of them want to pay me for my time or reimburse me for my goddamn education. No one finds that amazing. They just want to say that I'm the goddamn problem. My children are curious to know as to why you don't have a response for anything that comes out of my fucking mouth. You're always putting it off for tomorrow. Now I'm causing problems today. So the link for this video is in the commentary. That's one host. Then I got another friend here. Man, this one right here pretty much turned me into a fucking sleeper cell, right? Wild, right? I saw this video for the first time 25 years ago. When I first saw it, it goddamn confused the shit out of me. It's gonna confuse the shit out of you too. I streamed this all over on Facebook yesterday and I put it on 40 social media floors with a cherry on top. Yeah. You guys never have much of anything to say for yourselves. It's fucking amazing. That's been my personal experience in this process. When I speak, you don't have a goddamn word to say. It's fucking amazing. They will neither affirm or deny anything. So their silence, some sort of reward. Right? Silence is the reward you get for good behavior. Shit's hysterically funny. Really, it's funny, right? So it became very simple for me to comprehend. Math doesn't lie to you. People lie about math. Numbers don't lie to you. People twist the numbers for a profit. They distort their meanings for political gain. Confuses all of you, right? Wild, right? I'll see you later, bro. Have a good day. The more you do this, the more you realize you're going to just wind up walking alone. There's no unity in the country. There's no community. People can barely keep their fucking word. And that in itself is the most difficult thing a person can do, keep their word. Starts getting funny when you recognize that people don't have a general respect for themselves or mechanical comprehension of geometry. They're definitely not going to be able to describe it. So the majority wouldn't even recognize the patterns, the shapes, or repeating themselves over and over. And all we're doing is changing the language to cause and create confusion. Religious factions, cults, warring tribes. So that's two different sources. And they're saying, looks to me like they're saying the same thing. Anyone want to explain how that happened? It's an accident. Right? Remember, we're nuts here. I don't know anything. All of you guys are smarter than me. And that's because of my lack of education and lack of privilege, lack of parenting, lack of everything. Lack of respect, too. Can you believe it? I mean, who would give me respect? Nobody. Well, that's the whole point in this. They don't want you to respect yourself. They don't want anyone respecting anybody. Last thing they want is a bunch of people respecting themselves. Wow. Hi, Vardath. Of course you would. It's a biological information coding that you're seeing here. This is all reality. It's around you. It's in your environment. Not separate from it in any way, shape, or form. Majority of people suffering separation anxiety, looking for God. The last thing they're ever going to comprehend is that God is internal and not external. Or God's giving you the questions to answer, and it's your job to answer your questions. That's responsibility right there, right? If you have a question, go get the answer. Only you can answer your questions. No one else can. The questions are the call from Creator, which is internal. God doesn't answer your prayers. God gives you questions to answer. How's that for a fucking ass? This establishes a personal relationship between you and consciousness, which is Creator, your intuition. Where do your questions come from? Your gut? Not your heart. No, your gut. Your gut chemically reacting to your environment. But what we're exposing here is the unifying field theory, right? Gemini talks about this, just he talks about it different. That's the gravity of the situation. This is big time knowledge here. Why is everything rooted in 9? What if we just said God is number 9? That would confuse everyone. God doesn't have a name. God's got a number, 9. God's number is 9, not 0 or 1. God is rooted in 9. Nine is rooted in every aspect of reality, and majority of people don't see it, can't see it, don't want to see it. A lot of thought processes there, right? So this is to get the children excited about geometry, right? Because now you're on to this infinite looping pattern, something that you can't break out of, can't contradict. That's rather exciting to me, right? My life path is number 9. I'm on the fucking way out of here, can't you tell? Right? I'm on my way to fuck out of here. Life path number 9, right? And it's not just in geometry, it's in every aspect of life. Obviously, in that part, you're seeing how 9 is the root of space and time. But this was created by myself 5, right? Because I started realizing that geometry is a language of its own. It's not English. Geometry is a result of frequency. And so this was my stab at teaching children their letters in a new manner, right? By going to the dictionary and pulling the definitions of every letter out of the dictionary and concentrating that bit of information into this visual stream that you're seeing right now. So there's a correspondence between letters, numbers, and geometric forms and figures. Letters are signs or sins. That freaks out a lot of people right there because you brought up the sin word. Right? Oh, watch out for the sins. S-Y-N-S, sins. Or S-I-N-S, sins. What about signs? S-I-N-E, signs. Sins are signs. Signs, sins are. Years ago, I started recognizing how there was a correspondence between the periodic table of elements and the keyboard that you're typing on. Doesn't that blow your mind? They correspond to one another. So all of a sudden, I'm thinking about letters and numbers in a much different manner than everyone else. How did that happen? This bit of video right here was created with no audio in mind, no verbal instruction, because I'm pretty sure you can figure it out for yourself through the visual aids. Don't really need to be told much. This comprehension that you're seeing right now could be considered Enochian star magic. Star magic. You start seeing how the ancestors talked about things and how we talk about them. Bible talks about David numbering the stars, right? Mastering them. These are the star patterns. These are the geometric forms, figures, shapes, the building blocks of reality. This video right here, Vardath, I have tried to get many people to view. One of them being Todd Church, runs his own church and talks about word spells and letters, but never talks about what you're seeing right now. Doesn't even know. Then he wants to compete with me about sins and signs and letters and words being magical incantations, divinations, hexes, spells, black magic. No one believes in it anymore, right? They don't believe in witchcraft. They don't believe in black magic. They don't believe in sorcery. Well, that's funny because the dictionary is a sorcery codex. It's a book of spells. And that idea in itself is too big for most people, Vardath. The dictionary is a spell book. They don't even see how that has a bearing to anything. Stuck on their religion. And I'm over here telling people they're suffering from illiteracy. And that's why they're all so angry. Because they're illiterate. They get angry at the words because they don't know what they mean. This is also showing you a repetitive pattern in scalar relationships between Lepton's numbers and 360. Multiplication of 360. Counting by 360. You guys should be asking, why isn't this in a classroom? Why is this being left out? They knew this stuff hundreds of years ago. Not new. Not new. The way it's being presented, new. But the information at large, not new. Forgotten. So what you're seeing is forgotten knowledge. Hi, Monica. We're reviewing my alpha beta again, right? With 2 other videos tied to it in the comments, right? Pretty good presentation right now. Like fucking fire. And I ain't even trying anymore. That's what should scare people the most, right? I'm not even trying anymore. This is pure magic. This stream should be shared to every school teacher, Department of Education, mom and papas. The professional parents, right? I mean, this should go everywhere, shouldn't it? I didn't learn half of this shit until I was almost 40. The fuck? Where was the Department of Education on this stuff, eh? Drop the ball? Drop the soap? Are we in jail? Prison Planet? You ready to drop the soap for me? Oh, shit. So, Monica, Todd, and Adam, I think numbers are infinity. I don't. I think there's only 9 of them. I think all numbers are rooted in 9. I don't think 0 is a number at all. So that's got a fucking word fuck shit up, right? 0 doesn't exist. 0 times 0, 0, 0 divided by 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 0 divided by 0, 0 over 0, 0. Nothing comes out of 0. Doesn't exist anywhere. It only exists in your mind because of the education system. Out here to inspire the autistic child in you, have you all confused and going gooch gooch goo goo gaga, like that baby talk. Mama, dada, you've been lying for long. And if my parents were lying to me, this is the fun part. I know your parents were lying to you. And that's fun for me. It's not fun for you. Doesn't it amaze you that people run around and they think they're fucking truthful? And they don't hear the phonetics and the license to lie that they have in their pocket. Lie sense. They can't smell their own bullshit. They never ever realize or think for themselves, I have a license to lie in my pocket. How am I telling the truth about anything? I have permission to lie. I'm earmarked for conformity by the degree. So what is the application of this information or intel? What can you do with it? Well, when you start understanding that you can reverse engineer the frequencies of geometries to produce them, then you also can comprehend that you can break them too. So you can build things and you can break them by matching the resonance. By matching the resonant frequency of something, you can shatter it or melt it from the inside out. Break it at its core. In terms of healthcare, recognizing that cancers and parasites have frequencies, all you have to do is find the resonating frequency of the cancer or the parasite, match resonance with it, and you can shatter it from the inside out. Cure patient without a pill or costly surgery. First treatment too, because it's effective, works. And you won't have to go back in 30 days either. No, it's a one-time fix. Wild, right? That's the theory. So in other words, I realized how to cure cancer, which is why they don't ever do it. Wouldn't be able to sell you a medication. Right? Doctors think their patients are cash cows. Got to keep you addicted to prescription medication and going back in every 30 days for a refill. My treatment is one time. One time. Like this stream. Somebody sees it one time, it's going to blow their damn minds. Kick them right off their fucking high horse. Right? Because they're not seeing the scalar relationships between numbers and a circle. I fucking mapped it out by hand. It's not contradictable anymore. Can't deny me anymore. Can't even argue with me anymore. Who wants to argue with me? Who wants to debate? All they're doing is burying my feeds, erasing them. Labeling these things as pornographic material or COVID misinformation, hate speech. I hate my speech. I hurt their feelings. They're all butt hurt. And when I'm done making this recording right now on YouTube, I'm going to turn around and re-loop it back into Facebook land. Right? We'll restream it and watch it as a group this way with my face in the picture, right? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know anything, do I? We'll call it the world in review, right? I don't think Monica should trust anything other than Monica. Does that make sense to you, Monica? Because I don't trust anything but myself, and you know that I don't know how to get that information from myself to another fucking individual. Like, hello. And all these YouTubers out here are like, trusting me. You know, like Asmodeus, the Snake, and Jungle Book. Just trust in me. Believe in me. Let me put a fucking spell on you. And I'm like, no, motherfucker, I don't trust you. I don't believe you. I trust in me, see? People get really confused because of me, huh? I don't know if I should laugh or cry over it. At least I did a good job. Well, I confused everybody, so I did a great job. Shit's a trip, right? When I'm done, I'll have them saying 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. 9, 9. So we're really not conditioned to understand nature's laws and reality. Social conditioning has you adverse to nature's laws. Wow, I said it. We could even call this shape recognition, right? Pattern recognition, superimposed symmetry, sacred mandalas, sacred geometry, sacerdotal arts, line arts, polygonals, Archimedean structure types, and Pythagorean solids. Isn't it kind of like all the same thing? Just different time frames, different nomenclature, different word spells for the same patterns. No one's catching on though. You know what? Most people hate themselves. That's what they hate. And they come in here and I don't hate myself. And so for that, they hate me. Fucking funny, right? We're at odds, you and I. Odds is oppositional defiance disorder syndrome. The good people gave me that label when I was 5. It's better than other syndromes like sudden death syndrome, SIDS, sudden elderly death syndrome, SEDS, sudden adult death syndrome, SADS. So that's 4 syndromes that I'm aware of right off the top of my head, right? But I'm also aware that there's 500 labels for mental illness. And everybody's got a fucking syndrome. So right now isn't so much about an oral lesson of any kind. This is more of group therapy. Welcome to the sights and the sounds. You're gonna be traumatized. It's inevitable. Sorry that I'm not sorry. You can call your mothers about it if you want to and bring them here for the party. The peanut party. Planters peanuts. They tried to fucking bury me. You got fucking planted by me. You got fucking grounded, parents. You can't fucking fly no more. I took your goddamn license away. Oh, oh, children! Look at your parents! Right? They ain't got much to say now, do they? Monica, I should come with a parental advisory warning. Right? The children will buy into the hype, but the parents, oh fuck. They're gonna need therapy. Right? Critical race theory, $650 an hour. Look what I did to you for $1. You'll never recover. There's no recovery. That's the bad news that I bear. One time in here and you never recover. Ask Monica, she keeps coming back. Why? I'm an asshole, but she still keeps coming back. Why? Because no one says anything to this asshole. That's why. They break king. They breaking for the king, talk king, speak king, think king, shock king, strike king. And they're shaking too, don't forget, right? Shaking, trembling, invited, and they make like a tree and they leave. They fucking disappear as soon as I invite them to participate. They ain't sweating me, and I ain't sweating them 1 degree. I don't have any degrees. I didn't reduce at all. Doses. Grow up, Matthew. Why? So I can act like all of you. Then my life would suck like yours. It really must suck sounding like you, right? And me sounding like me. I mean, which one would you rather? Sounding like me or sounding like you? I'm really warped too. Yeah. I'm broken. That's what they say anyway, right? Matthew's broken. Something fucking wrong with him. Right? Dirt, 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 dirt. And the parents are sitting there going, how come none of this was shown in the education system? I'm like, I know, right? And you could improve on it yourselves. You know, this is just, it's a rough draft, right? This is just having fun, right? It's for children. We got to change the way they think about everything. One of the biggest flaws or fuck ups the ass I ever realized because of my 25 years in sales and marketing is the following. You value money more than knowledge, and technology is second to money. And some people, technology takes precedent to money, and knowledge, the back burner. It's a triangular relationship between those three things. Which one's the most important to you? Money, technology, or knowledge? Which one should take precedent in your fucking mind? Money, technology, or knowledge? Which one's the most important to you? You can obviously see which one's most important to me, right? Knowledge is power. Most people are terrified of power. Evil men strive for power. Good men don't go looking for power at all. Fools wind up in power. Ain't that some fucking shit right there, right? Fucking fools wind up in power because good men don't want power. Bad men, that's all they want is power. God only needs one fool to fuck up your shit. You don't know what to do with one of me. I'd already be in control of the world if there was two of me. Somebody that agreed with me. I could call myself fucking thing one and fucking thing two, right? And thing one and thing two could plot to take over the world like Pinky and the Brain. What you gonna do today, Matthew? Take over the world? Conquer it? Oh, I'm afraid of shit, all right, huh? Sounds like I'm terrified. I've been at this a long time. 30 years. You're welcome, Monica. The real question is, how does this get instituted into education? The only way that's going to happen is if parents take notes, take action. PTA. Isn't it weird, Monica, how half of my followers are ex-educators? And I'm a master of audiology, cellular technology in the analog format. Without the analog reality, there's no digital. That's some preemptive thinking for you. It's logical. Can't have one without the other. Right? And that's what you're going to find out a lot of times. You can't have one thing without the other. Two parts, 2-to-1 whole. 2-to-1 ratio. Call Horatio about it. I don't know nothing about fucking history. Dur, 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 dur. And then you guys, there was this channel that was called Rap the News, and he had about, oh, 15, 20,000 followers, right? And one day, during his stream, he called me a mental patient and said I needed to be locked away for my own safety and welfare. And in response to that, right? In response to that, I generated this next 25 minutes of visual aid for you. And after he saw this visual aid, he chose to take his own life. It actually caused him to kill himself. Isn't that a trip? So I have the ability to break professionals from university with my word spells and visual aids. And I didn't lie about it either. I actually told the truth. That's the fun part, right? And Monica, you've been around for a while, so you know it's only personal empowerment, right? So shit gets really funny. So that allows you to be more assertive because you can recognize, hey, they gone mute. They're running and ducking. Right? Running and ducking. They're ducking and we're hunting. We're hunting ducks. Duck hunting. Bird hunting, right? You gotta flush out the birds. Use dogs to drive out the birds, flush them out. And this, of course, is a result of being homeschooled, right? Doing my own lessons. I'm ignorant. Right? The word dragon has several layers to it beyond mythical creature. The more you study history, the more you recognize how much words change over time. 200 years ago, the word dinosaur didn't even exist. So then you got to ask yourself, well, what were they calling dinosaurs 200 years ago? Dragons? Because dinosaurs didn't exist. Isn't that amazing, Monica? Dinosaurs are dragons. Good people. And some men are hybrids and they're half man and half dragon. Call China about it. Dragon Man! I started a whole new culture over here. Stop me when I'm lying to you. Stop me. Otherwise, you're going to sound like a fucking rape victim. Come on. Is that a conspiracy? Anyone out there? Mama! Mama! Where you at, Mama? 9. Somebody's going to break today. And it's not going to be me. My mama said, Mama, my mama, Mama! Do I need a license to be my own pastor or preacher? Do I need to be government approved before I speak in public? Are you offended by my feral nature? That guy's barely even housebroken. Watch out. I like his fucking attitude. Did you ever think maybe I don't like your attitude? If you started thinking that, you'd have a life-changing experience. I'll bet $1 on it. Right, Mama? You notice how women stopped trash talking me these last few days, last 2 weeks? I started running around with this no king movement thing. 1,315 words with the king syllabus in them. Syllabus. Anyone out there? Hello? Talk king. King's a function. Most brains not working. Intel not registering with the voters. You like my Logic King? Or my Magic King? Stick King? Sting King, Stank King, Stone King? Shock King, Strike King? Smoking, toking, drinking? Mocking, macking? There's no king. Oh, but it's the king's language and you use it every fucking day. No, I don't. I'm using some other language. I'm using the queen's language. All the little boys want to be queens when they grow up. They want to be queens, man. And the women want to be men. So who's going to be it doesn't make any sense, does it? Every gender is being pushed out of their natural function. And the women, hi, because of feminism and communism, the future of birthing babies, baby, incubators and test tubes. Designer babies. There'll be no more natural births. It's not popular. Some females, though, disturbs me to find this out. You found out how to hatch your own eggs, in vitro yourselves. Make a mini you. Do we even have ethics in this world? I mean, you're playing God, right? Isn't that what science has become today? The scientists are their own gods, playing God in a laboratory. I'm trying to be gender fluid here, right? What you're seeing right now is a life work coming together. Call it Magnus Opus, my great work, because I'm a fucking wizard. Now, what are you going to do with that reality? Deny it or accept it? So, dragons are real. Mountains don't exist. Obviously, we had a free energy grid hundreds of years ago, and we had the technical capability of hermetically sealing viruses in vials 200 years ago. When you watch the old medieval movies, sword fighting, wearing chainmail, things of that nature, that's total propaganda. Think about those things in the nature of them being personal Faraday cages because of frequency weapons. They already have them. They're just trying to hide it. They want you to think that during this, the Dark Ages, it was all sword fighting and hacking people to bits. No, no, no. You already had direct energy weapons. World War One and Two were for erasing history and resetting the Earth, wiping out all the old buildings and the past so he can be forced into this false state of reality. The only side you should be voting for is your own. You shouldn't be voting for anyone. Isn't that reality? Voting for other than yourself gives other people consent or power over you. You gave them consent to rule for you. You can't do the ruling. You can't mind the business. You can't tend to the affairs. You need someone else to do it for you. I made this video 5 years ago. I thought it'd be very important to add it into today's stream so you can see how fucking consistent I am. Been talking about the same things forever. Husbandry is the art of directing, deflecting, conserving, trapping, storing energy. You could also see how this plays out with quantum physics, biomechanics, the art of husbandry, directing, storing, conserving energy. But husbandry is not something that anybody learns because they don't want anyone to be husband material. But at the same time, they don't want wife material either. No, no. Sex slaves and pimps. Pimps and hoes. Faking king and queen. Wild. Faking royal. That's what they want. In an abstract manner, you can even see how business relationships and personal relationships begin and end when financing begins or ends. Sad truth. The irony here is Golden Peanut started when I started financing it And when I stop financing it, no one else is financing it. I financed it. Isn't that amazing? Good thing I think like one of them, huh? That way I get all the profits. Is that inspirational, children? If you want to beat the bankers, you got to play them at their own game. Spiritual banking right now. I paid all the fees. Right? Oh, look, it's Draco. Some of you don't recognize I'm in the middle of a custody battle because most of you think I'm batshit crazy. Right? But look what happens when I put your feet to the fucking fire. No one squeals. No one screams. No one says no. They just sit there, stare. And that gets into the whole why you shouldn't follow anyone anywhere. If they're not going to answer my questions, I'm not going to answer their questions. Don't have to. They're not going to answer mine, so I'm not going to answer theirs. See, I realized we were inside the earth a very long time ago. Yeah. God's a dragon. Yeah. The earth is a dragon. The earth is a fucking dragon. The earth is a Dragon Ball. All right? Dragon Ball Z. Oh my God, they tell you the truth in the cartoons and no one believes me. Funniest thing ever. Dragons don't exist. Dragons are not real. Wild, right? And that little clip was inspired by Rapta News 5 years ago. I started realizing people were tone deaf and illiterate. So he got spanked down, sent to a mental asylum after that one. This one right here. Found out his entire life was a lie. Wow. What do you do about that? Go to school? All right. Schools are going to resolve things for you. No, they ain't. Right? They ain't. Right? Got a lot of questions and no one's got any answers for me. It's amazing. So are dragons things that you should be respecting or killing? I also started realizing they live underground. They don't just fly around in the sky like fucking Falcor. No, they're like wiggling worms underground. They burrow underground. Right? Whoa. King Solomon's mound builders and temple builders built mounds and they built underground. Today we have a $21 million, 21 trillion, right? $21 trillion in underground infrastructure that no one wants to discuss or talk about. We have underground highways and maglevs, underground cities. People wondering where their money went. You have $21 trillion in underground infrastructure. That's where your money went. Right? Where'd your money go? Ukraine? USAID? Underground infrastructure? Overseas and underground. That's where your money went. Right? Start realizing implosion force, and there's no separation between you and water. It's the ironical part. The scam was to cause separation anxiety in the individual, force them to be seeking something outside of themselves when it's inside of themselves the whole time. Everything is internal, nothing is external. All the knowledge that you're looking for is internal and not external. I keep telling you that I mastered the fucking stars. Just like King David did. Quentin Carpenter obviously did the same thing. Rule by ruler. Right, Andrew? The ruler must rule by the ruler. By the rule. Ruler. If you can't spin the fucking ruler on your goddamn finger, then you will be spun by the ruler around the fucking room. Want a square dance with me? Boxtrot? Who likes boxing? Now, you guys, it's your patriotic duty to share this duty to every duty bound being. Tell them you got some duty for them. It's hefty duty. Do to do. Do. So again, all the links for this stream are in the comments. You know, I'm trying to give the producers their due. They're all saying the same thing. Isn't that interesting? Oh, I'm telling you, these streams, this one right here, will send autistic children to the moon. There'll be no arguing with them anymore. Right? Right? Thank you, Quentin. It's just mind boggling, isn't it? Right? So you got Quentin, um, self motivation in the beginning. We got five different people we put on display for you during this stream. Right? Real question is, what do you guys want to do with this? Because we can't do anything without you. This doesn't get tax dollars. These are independent people putting these things together. Their time, their energy, their efforts should be rewarded, not punished. Yeah. Right. So ultimately, this is about the superimposed symmetry of nature's patterns repeating themselves on the molecular level and the macro, as above, so below, as in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. What's on the outside of you is the same as the inside of you. The macrocosm works the same as the micro, as above, so below. Knowing is way more different than guessing. Knowing is the difference between belief and not believing. I don't believe. I know. Not guessing. Enjoy the rest of your day, you guys.